friends. Hopefully y'all missed me the way I missed recording for y'all. If you're new here, hi, my name is B. If you're accustomed to being here, welcome back. I just like came off of a almost week vacation. I want to call it a vacation, but it was really a family reunion. But it kind of was like a vacation, even though it kind of wasn't. It was really like making sure you catch up and meet up with your family. I don't know. I'd be having a hard time figuring out how to categorize uh, all of that stuff. But yeah, I left Wednesday. It is now currently Monday, July 28th. So if you was wondering as to why I was here, we're going to go ahead and jump into what we need to know for August 2025. This is a timeless reading. So if you find this July, August of any month of any year, there might still be some messages for you. Let's talk about real quick. Have a girl chat. Let's catch up. Mercury retrograde has been happening, and I was very worried or like deeply wondering how coming together with my family would feel. I think it's interesting that this Mercury retrograde is happening in the same time as like all the other retrogrades. A lot of interesting feelings, a lot of interesting emotions. Starting with, I think this Saturn retrograde is back putting it on my mind of like, I'm really the oldest. Like I remember being young and, you are excited for all, I got so many uncles. You be excited for all your uncles to come home and all your great grandparents and all your other cousins, and you want to catch up and you want to talk about life and all of this old funny stuff. And yeah, I'm like at the top of that list now. I remember again, it was all my uncles, me and my siblings, and like maybe one or two other cousins. And now we are 30 deep. We have like, I think my grandparents have 30 grandkids, if not a little over, a little under. But I think last time I talked to them, they was at like 28. So I'm almost positive it has to be over that now, with great grands included. And I'm like number two out of that. I feel like codename kids next door and shit. My brother being number one, I'm number two. My brother was not there, so I kind of had to stand in for them. We did like a family recording of just like each breakdown and lineage of everyone's family. My father and my brother was not there, so I had to be the one to stand in the gap for them, which was almost like a culture shock. That I am the one kind of carrying the torch a little bit. Um, my grandmother forcibly made me talk to my sister. Interesting enough, Mercury retrograde is in Leo. My sister is a Leo. No amount of forcing this woman down my throat will ever make me tolerate her. Like my sister's such a Leo is it's actually really insufferable, and I think that's funny as a Leo moon. But like she's just so insufferable as a Leo sun, and I think what makes it even more insufferable is that it's backed by air. What do I mean by that? All of her arrogance and confidence and like all of the things that make her so insufferable are really rooted in like insecurity, but that's a whole other conversation. Yeah, very interesting dynamics. Interesting conversation with my sister. It felt really good to go see my family. It felt really weird to see my grandfather in his old age. My grandfather has always been like my Superman, my Clark Kent, my best friend, and like my father, to stand in for my father since my father was never around. So that just felt weird. Where it's like, wow, my Superman had to put his cape down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my knight in shining armor has to retire. Like, that's crazy to me. All the adjustments, all my little cousins and shit is taller than me. So yeah, I took those days to just do nothing. I didn't do any business work. I didn't do nothing. I didn't even really get on social media. I was very just with my family. Like if I wasn't with my dad's side of the family, I was like hanging out with my mom's side of the family. I love my cousins over there. Like, I had a time. I did. It's funny how I always go home and then toward the end of it be really bittersweet where it's like I'm ready to go back home and get back to my regular routine. But it's also like really sad because it's like, damn, like I got to see my little brother. I haven't seen my little brother in so long. He's grown. Like, and him and my baby sister who I moved in with me a couple of months ago are the same age, born in the same year. And, I was already reflecting with her about like, damn, like my little sister really grown. And it's like, wow, my siblings is really grown, which just made me really realize like, oh, bitch, I'm 2 years from 30. Like, I'm really grown. Like, life is just happening so fast. So I think it's very interesting. The concept of time has been highlighted for me. Also, with this Saturn retrograde, I am ruled by Saturn. This Leo retrograde, I am a Leo moon. Being at home and just being expressive, allowing myself to just allow my personality to shine, which is something I've never really done, especially with this side of the family. So yeah, a lot of fun. I'm back better than ever. Okay, I didn't really rest like I should have, even though I did. I didn't really sleep, but I rested in the sense of I didn't do any strenuous work. Everything I did over the past couple of days was everything I wanted to do. I had a lot of fun with all my cousins, with all my family. It was refreshing to see them. So yeah, I'm feeling real charged up. I'm feeling really empowered. I'm feeling like I have this new sense of like leadership in my role in the world and understanding like I'm really coming into my own, and I'm really a young woman now. Like again, I'm 2 years from 30. Like so, it's a lot of reflections. I'm gonna leave it there because if you know me, you know I can yap for real in real life. So I'm gonna just can it there. Let's get into why we're really here. I hope you have been having a great week and having a great July, just like I have. This July has been really good. I can't I can't lie. July has had some good energy in it. Aside from all of these retrogrades, have actually been really insightful and really helpful to me. So I hope that you also share this same energy. Okay, we got a little jazz playing in the background. You know what I'm saying? A little something like that. Set a nice vibe or whatever. And yeah, hopefully my laptop doesn't die on me. I like just got back this morning from visiting my family. I just got back in town this morning, and I don't know, I got home and I immediately just wanted to work. I didn't want to do nothing else. I didn't want to take a nap or nothing. I wanted to come home and I wanted to work. So I'm ready to get some stuff started. So yeah, even though my luggage is still in the car with my laptop charger in it, hopefully we can just ride this thing on out. I have to drop my rental off at 8, so I still have a little time. And then I'm gonna swing by the car wash and stuff and get it cleaned out and all that, because my little cousins got Chick-fil-A everywhere. There's ants in my car thanks to them niggas. It's a lot going on right now. Okay, so yeah, so let's see what's it's giving. We're going to start with some oracle cards just for August, and then we're going to jump in with tarot. We're going to wrap up with some money messages, and then that's just going to be everything. This is really bothering me. Hold on. I've been really Virgo rising in this year, like real bad. Like, girl, from stomach issues to financial issues to like, when I wake up in my room, feel chaotic and out of place. I just feel upset. Like I've been really Virgo rising in. I don't know why that little piece of whatever it was on my screen bothered me so much, but anyway, let's get back to the focus. So give me some oracle cards for my collective for August. Allow these messages to resonate for those that need to resonate. Allow the people who need to find this message and be a part of this collective. Allow it to find them. Allow them to gravitate toward said video to get these messages now. What do we need to know? What do we need to know for the month of August? What can we prepare for? What advice do we have during this time? I am drinking coffee at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Mind your business. Okay. Mind your business. What do we need to know? What energy do we need to be having going into the month of August 2025? And again, I say this is a timeless read. Okay, so you can find it whenever. It does not have to be 2025. It could be 2025, 26, 27, 2030 if you find it. Okay. I'm telling you now, already, this retrograde energy feels like expect for some people to come back. I'll tell you that now. Right? For some of you, this isn't just romantic, because when we hear retrograde, sometimes, especially depending on like who you're listening to, what spiritualist you're listening to, and how they talking when they're talking, they usually always make it like romance. Oh, someone romantically is coming back. Someone from your past is. This doesn't feel just like it's romance. This feels like it could be anybody. This feels like people who felt like home. This feels like people who maybe you've shared a home with. This feels like maybe for some of you an actual home, like maybe there's a contract or a lease or something to be renewing. But this also could be, again, people who just genuinely felt like home. The home card is here. Let's kind of go over the cards that we have, right? We have barrier. We have moon. We have the home card. We have the wind card, and then the last card out we have communication. I want to start with these last couple of cards because that's what's speaking to me the most right now. In August, what you should be expecting and or anticipating is people are coming back. I feel like expect for people to have a change of direction, a change of mind, a change of energy, right? This wind card makes me feel like this could be some people who, again, have had like a redirection or a turn of events. There's an energy shift, right? A good example of that could be maybe, I don't know, let's use the Venus retrograde from earlier this year, right? Maybe you was dealing with somebody and then for whatever reasons during the retrograde, maybe you or somebody else decided, hey, person watching, I don't think we should deal with each other anymore. I don't think we should have dealings. I don't think we should talk. I don't think we should whatever, 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 right? Falling out with friends, right? This feels like somebody who is coming back on a changed of heart. So again, maybe somebody who at one point felt like I don't want to pursue anything with you is coming back wanting to pursue something. Maybe that friend, you and them fell out and they felt like, oh, well, I don't care about person watching. Bye. You know how some people act, especially it's 2025. A lot of people act like, oh, I don't care about nothing. I don't care about nobody. You can leave, they can leave, he can leave, she can leave, Hercules, bitch, or whatever, however, whatever. And then motherfuckers get to changing their mind. So it's like, again, maybe friends who felt like I don't want to fool with person watching and they coming back on different energy. Maybe it's partners, maybe it's family, right? Just like I said in the beginning of this, no amount of forcing my sister on me is gonna make me tolerate her, right? Even to let you in a little bit on it, right? A change of energy. Last time I talked to my sister, she was very, I don't give a fuck about nobody. I don't need nobody. I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you either. Matter of fact, fuck everybody in here. And I said, oh, okay. Let me gather my things. Let me go, because I'm not gonna leave myself susceptible to somebody who likes me today and then turn their nose up at me tomorrow. I don't have time for all of that. Right? But then my sister called the phone and now she talking and it's like, oh, but I just loved you and I just loved you more than I love myself and I wanted to be just like you and I always wanted to look up to you. And it's like, again, that sounds all nice and fine and dandy and stuff, right? But my boundary is still there. Right? The person watching this feels like a very similar energy. I'm not gonna lie. This feels like a very similar energy. This feels like expect some communication from some people who are now, if not changing their mind and changing their energy on you, life has made them change, is what this feels like. This feels like people who, if again, like I said, on their own, ain't having a change of heart where it's like, oh, I want to be around person watching. Oh, let me go make up. I know I said I didn't want us to pursue nothing together, but I changed my mind. You know what I'm saying? But this also feels like if they haven't deliberately on their own changed their mind, life has thrown them a curveball. And now, since life has redirected them, they're coming back. What do you need to know outside of that is make sure you set your boundaries. Make sure you stick to your boundaries. Make sure you're strong in your no voice. Make sure you're prioritizing your own mental, emotional, physical health. Bottom of the deck card, we do have health. So this is making me feel like in August also, if you've been having some questions or some concerns, this is a good month to go to the hospital. Don't sit around and kind of wait it out. Right? I feel like I'm kind of catching a stray a little bit, but you know, this is kind of given again, if you've been having any issues physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to go see the woo woo lady and get a cleansing bath. Maybe you need to go see the therapist and talk it out. Maybe you need to go see a doctor because, maybe you got high blood pressure. Maybe you haven't been feeling like yourself. I know I've been having some like issues with my womb, and I know that I have went through an abortion like 4 or 5 years ago or so. What was that, 2018 I think it was. But I've just been kind of thugging it out. So though I said I guess I'll take this as a sign too for myself to get to the doctor so I can make sure I'm having my womb checked. But yeah, especially with this moon card though right next to it, makes me feel like not only do you need to make sure you're getting help, because the moon card is subconscious. It is the subconscious things that are bothering you. It is the shadow side. It is the, darker side to you. It is the unhealed aspects to you. So this, for one, makes me feel like, again, if you need to go talk to somebody, if you need mental help, if you need emotional help, if you need to go talk to somebody, do not be afraid to go get help. I am a very big mental health advocate. As someone who has been years self-harm clean, years suicidal ideation clean, I've been very healthy mentally, right? I've gotten into therapy last year. I was talking to my family and my brother about that when I was there, shit, and about how I feel like it's really been helping me. So again, if you need to get help, go get help. Like it's no such thing like isolating yourself, being in solitude, drinking, smoking yourself away. None of this shit is going to help you. Running from it is not going to help you. You need to go speak to the lady. You need to lay on the couch, and you probably need a really long hug, and you need to cry about it, right? But next to the boundary card makes me feel like, also in August, what you need to know, this is not the month to be trying to pick up people who might trigger that, right? In the moon card, these bottom keywords here says uncharted territory, no direction, lost, and finding yourself. The wind card says unexpected change, a turn of events, a redirection, a learning period, a period of flexibility, and an energy shift. So stay away from people who don't have a sense of direction. Stay away from people who don't really know themselves. Stay away from people who are still finding themselves. I feel like these are going to be the type of people that come back and is trying to have some sort of communication. They want to be back close. Some of these people going to come back and act like, oh, but you know, but we were so close. And, oh, but I'm your loved one. I'm your family. I'm your this. I'm your... I don't give a fuck. And my Smokey from Friday voice, I don't care. It's okay to check in with people. It's okay to, if you want to now, if you know that this might be somebody who a little off their rocker, you know what I'm saying, but you don't want to cut them cold turkey, that's fine. But you see how she's drawing a yellow circle around herself. Make sure that you're distincting the boundaries. This is where I end. This is where you begin. This is what I'm willing to do. This is what I'm not willing to do. And it's okay if you don't want to do that. I spent a lot of time yesterday and today thinking real long and hard about what I wanted to do in my dynamic with my sister. I'm not at all interested in keeping no level of communication. Everything about that conversation just felt like, oh, bitch, ew. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just one phone call conversation. I immediately felt drained. I immediately felt like, where's this going? I immediately felt like this is so pointless and a waste of time. Even my granny was like, oh, well, I'm happy that y'all at least got to talk. I'm not. That was a waste of my time, girl. And then I was sleep, bitch, sleep good. I'm talking about up under the cover. My granny, like, I knew you was sleeping real good because you was up under them sheets. And was. Why did you come flick this light on for me to come talk to this alcoholic ass girl? Like, I could have did without that. That sleep was 20 times much better than that little 45-minute conversation that went nowhere. She did a whole lot of talking about herself and didn't allow his shit. Like, I said what I had to say, but you didn't hear shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, making sure that you're thinking about that. This applies to everybody. Making sure that you're going to, things that has happened. Making sure that you're prioritizing the people that prioritize you. Making sure that you're not picking up people who trigger you or that make you kind of take you back to a space that you didn't have no business being in the first place. Making sure that you're not dealing with people and allowing people to get close to you who are still unhealed themselves. Okay? That I say, because, child, one phone conversation, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. My sister drunk as a skunk on the phone, talking a whole lot of hot air, girl. Oh, my God. I'm telling my granny, like, I could tell she hasn't healed. Like, just because you doing well financially don't mean shit, bitch. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, how are you doing? And I don't think you're doing well, right? Making sure that you're staying away from people who, again, either trigger you, person watching, or if they don't trigger you, making sure that you're dealing with people who are healed. Don't be picking up no crazies. Don't be picking up no scragglers. Don't be picking up nobody who didn't want shit to do with you at one point, but then now they see you up and you coming and you popping your shit and you doing real good, and now all of a sudden they want to come back and act like cousin. Because I was the same cousin when I was down on my ass. And these people act like they didn't see you. They, you know what I'm saying? They see you calling and shit. They act like, ooh, please, ooh, we just gonna turn and flip the phone over and shit. I don't want a person watching calling me. I don't even want to see what they. But now that life's good, Now that you might be healthy, right, at the bottom of the deck. Now that you might be balanced and healed within yourself. Your heart chakra open and you done healed and forgave and shit. You growing and expanding and you making great progress. You following your dreams and shit. Now all of a sudden motherfuckers want to come back and act like they got to change your heart to you. Nah. But like I said, be very careful with people where life humble them too. Sometimes it ain't even, like I said, people want to come back and act like cousins. Sometimes they have no choice. Life get to humbling you and now you got to come back with your dick in your hands and you got to come back with, you know what I'm saying, with the spare change cup and shit. Because life done humbled your ass. So be very careful about it. I'm seeing you're going to get some calls. I'm seeing you might get more calls, okay? If you've already been getting people calling and wanting to talk to you like I have, you might get more calls from people who, again, ain't really hitting on much, don't really have much to offer. You know what I'm saying? Coming back because they see you doing good now and now they want to come back and act like they got to change your heart. And other people, it's not that they got to change your heart. Life then just whooped them so good to where now they don't have a real choice but to come back and say, person watching, I was just trying to see maybe if we could talk about it. Talk about what? Talk about what? What are we talking about? And why? For what and why? Anyway, let's clarify a couple of these cards. Because what we at, 21 minutes? Let's clarify a couple of these cards. And then we're going to jump into the money messages. What is this wind, this redirection? Give me this energy for my collective in August. What is this redirection? What is this change of events? What is this learning period? Yeah, for some of people, it's financial. So for some people, they've been hit financially. They kind of penny pinching. So for some people, that could be it, right? Especially where, like I said, a home maybe could be involved. Maybe this is someone who, had their own home and now they kind of having issues and shit. Maybe they can't pay their rent. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who maybe tried to flex on you with their home and now it's like, oh, look who got the last laugh. Like, you know what I'm saying? You imagine trying to, you know what I'm saying, turn your nose up at me because of whatever. And now you lose whatever you thought you was, it kind of give that. Give me something else on what this shift of energy is. For some of you, this is your energy. Yeah. For some of you, I'm picking up this is your energy. If this is your energy, right? Let's say you are the one trying to get a home. Let's say maybe you are the one trying to get a level of stability. Let's say maybe you are the one trying to get off the ground or maybe you're penny pinching to save up for a home. I feel like in August, you will get a shift of energy. You could be going through a learning period where for some of you, again, maybe this is more about your, subconscious, making sure that you're saying no, setting boundaries. Setting boundaries don't always have to look like the other person. Setting boundaries with yourself can say, I'm not going to indulge in any negative self-talk. I'm not going to sit here and tell myself things won't work out for me. I'm going to tell myself no when I want to think like that. I'm going to tell myself no when I want to talk negatively over my life. And to set some boundaries and start prioritizing certain things. For some of you, you're experiencing stagnancy because of that, because of what you're attracting, right? A lot of people try to act like that shit cliche, but it's real. Life and death is very much in the power of the tongue. You can make yourself or break yourself. Whatever you speak into your life, whatever you speak over your life is very, very real. But that also goes for subconsciously. Even if you tell yourself, well, everything is going to be fine. If you in the back of your mind and you can hear that negative goblin tell you, no, it's not. You don't even believe that. It hasn't been fine all of these years. You 20-some, 30-some years old, 40-some years old. It still ain't been fine. It ain't been fine yet. Okay, how are you saying no to that voice? Or are you listening to it and going, yeah, you're right. On the outside, you're going to say, yeah, everything works out for me. But then in the back of your mind, you agreeing with the goblin in the back of your mind to say all of this shit is a waste of time. You'll never get the way you're trying to go. You'll never be who the person you're trying to be, right? For some of you, again, you're very harsh. The shift in energy, the unexpected change, the energy, the redirection and turn of events will come from you not indulging in negative and harsh self-talk. And again, for some of you, if you need help, you need to go talk to the lady you need to lay across her couch. And that's totally okay. Most of us have to do that. Most of us need to do that anyway, regardless of if you admit it to yourself or not. I don't give a damn how many times you look at yourself and say, I'm fine. Sure. 98% of the world need to be laying on somebody's couch. Talking to the lady, talking to the man. trying to get some understanding about all these unconscious, subconscious fears and secrets and illusions and all of this unhealed work that's within you. For others of you where that stands, this is somebody who's penny pinching. This is somebody who does not have the finances that they think. You might not be talking to them. Where that resonates, this Queen of Swords would be your energy person watching. You're not talking to somebody, and they know you're not talking to them. You might even know that they penny pinching, and you like, well, I'm not gonna say a motherfucking thing. Air sign, okay, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. I did see the lovers down here when I saw this too. So for some of you, this could be people, like I said, you really care about. But see, you know what is already given. You already know that there's a learning period. You already know a change one day is gonna come. A change is definitely one day gonna come. But this is someone who the change of events feels like someone you're not talking to. You might, again, you might already know what the tea is. You might already kind of have a scoop in the tea. But the moon card came out twice too. Did we already pass the new moon in Leo? There's a moon thing coming up. This might actually be with the next moon phase. Again, it is July 28th, so I don't know if the new moon in Leo has passed already or not, or if it's coming up. If it has passed already, then what would that be? The full moon in, would it be Pisces? Because the new moon would be in Virgo, right? So the next full moon would be in Pisces. Very Piscean energy. This card fell out. The moon card fell out from this deck, which is Pisces energy. So again, maybe some Pisces energy. Maybe there's, again, a lot being exposed and stuff with the Pisces full moon that's coming up. That's going to be illuminated. I don't know. I'm kind of getting, though, kind of expect for something to kind of be exposed. Moon card energy is also about exposing illusions, right? The sun illuminates, especially when it's a full moon, right? So expect for things to be coming to the light. Expect for things to kind of be coming and getting exposed during this Pisces full moon here, off in coming into August. I don't think it's happened though. I don't know. I hold on. And now we're just gonna Google it, because I can't remember when the Leo new moon is. Because August makes me feel like the new moon would be there, wouldn't it? Oh, no, it passed already. So then what's the next one? It says the new moon in Leo will occur on Thursday, July 24th. So, yeah, that was last week. The new moon was happened at 2 degrees in Leo. So then... no, not my bracelet. When is the next one? August what? August 23rd is the next new moon. So when's the next full moon? August 2025 full moon. August 9th will be what? What sign will it be in, though? It says the August 2025 full moon, also known as the Sturgeon full moon, will occur Saturday, August 9th, 2025 at 3:55 a.m. in the morning. It'll be visible on August the 8th. What sign is this in? And I want to say full moon. I want to say it's in Pisces. I feel like that would be Pisces, because the new moon is happening during... Is it Leo? I mean, is it Aquarius? That's interesting. Wait. Sorry, y'all just gonna have to go down this rabbit hole with me. I'm trying to understand. August 2025 full moon in Aquarius. It says it'll be in Aquarius on the 9th. So there's the full moon in Aquarius happening on the 9th. So there might be some things getting illuminated. Some things might be illuminated. I'm kind of getting. Aquarius is also one about breakthroughs. Aquarius is a sign of breakthroughs, ruled by Uranus, but it's also like co-ruled by Saturn. Okay. So again, for some of you where it's a home, I'm seeing this full moon will be more of a breakthrough energy. It's like, make sure you're watching your thought process, watching the intrusive thoughts you're engaging in, watching how you speak to yourself, watching how you speak over yourself. Are you speaking out of fear, out of illusions, out of insecurities, out of unhealed trauma? Or are you like really working through that? For those of you who've been working through that and you've been prioritizing like not engaging in negative self-talk, I feel like you're gonna receive a breakthrough in August. But then for others of you, I feel like again something like karma is kind of what I'm getting. Co-ruled by Uranus, co-ruled. I mean, ruled by Uranus, co-ruled by Saturn. So for those, some of you, this is like breakthrough energy. What you can expect in August feels like breakthrough energy, especially when it comes to stability, finding close friends, finding a safe space, finding people who care about you, finding people who like genuinely see you, communicate with you, who pour into you and make you feel good just as much as you feel good with yourself. But that came from saying no, setting boundaries, and really prioritizing not only yourself but what you want, whether it be saying no to other people who try to make you feel some type of way, or saying no to yourself as like a self-inflicted thing. And for others of you, again, this feels like karma. This feels like somebody you're not talking to, who maybe you also had to set some boundaries with, or that you've said no to, and like have kind of, you know, kept some space and some distance from. This feels like, you know, expect to really kind of see people for who they are. You know what I'm saying? Expect to really kind of see that people have been humbled. Honestly, is what this feels like. People who, yeah, I'm hearing too much dip on your chip. So it's like people who had way too much dip on their chip. People who felt way too highly. People who was way too much on their high horse. Expect to see the roles. I'm hearing the roles have reversed. I'm seeing the roles have reversed. I'm seeing the energy has shifted. So it's like expect that. Expect to see some shifts in energy. Expect to see people kind of shifting in energy. And I feel like a good reason for that will be because of people getting their karma. Okay, give me a couple of tarot cards for the last couple of things, and then we're gonna jump over, and then I'm gonna really wrap this up because 31 minutes is real crazy. So hold on, where is my money deck anyway? Is it over here? I could have swore I just saw it too. Oh yeah, I could have swore I just saw it. I know I'm not crazy. Okay, give me a couple of oracle cards on anything else, any follow-up pieces of advice, or anything that my people watching might need to know during this time. Anything we might need to know during this time. Anything we can expect, any other additional messages we might need to know for August. Two of Wands. So getting outside your comfort zone. Making sure you get outside your comfort zone, okay? This is also a card of short-term travel, okay? Making sure that you're traveling. If you have some travel plans that you want to kind of do, this is a good time to do it. Or maybe this is a good month to start really putting them in place. I guess again, this is really like short-term travel, but it also can be long-term. You see, there's like a RV van, which gives me short-term travel, but then there's also like a globe, which gives me international travel. So whatever it is you're trying to do, this is now time to get out of the box, okay? This is my, oh, I want to go play outside with the other kids card. You know what I'm saying? You know how, you know the energy when you come home from school and all your friends outside of shit, and you ask your parents and they like, well, do your homework, clean your room first, and then you can go outside. And it's like, instead of really getting that done, right? Instead of jumping on it, instead of doing it and just knocking it out so you can hurry up and go outside, this is like my wallowing card. This is like, I want to do stuff, but I'm just going to sit here and watch them play double dutch and jump rope out of the window. You know what I'm saying? Like, now isn't the time to really do that. Now is the time to take action. So if you have something you want to take action on, August is the month to do it, okay? Now is the time to really hit the ground running, okay? Like I said, if you want to go outside and play with your other friends, clean your room, you know what I'm saying? But looking out the window and then watching them play as opposed to just hurrying up and cleaning your room and doing it the correct way. You know, those of us who know something know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you clean your room, but see, you don't even do it the way you supposed to be doing it. You clean your room, you hide everything under the bed. Then your mama come in and pull the sheet up and be like, nope, clean it again. Do it right the first time. You won't have to do it again. Do it the first time, and then you can be free enough to do what you want to do. For some of you, maybe there are some blockages or some other things on your priority list that you need to go ahead and do first before you get to what you want to do. For some of you, you already know what you want to do. You're just not doing it. Okay, I'm back. My laptop actually did die, so I had to I had to go get my suitcase anyway, despite wanting to do that. But yeah, so just I'm pretty much wrapping up anyway, like I said. But yeah, the Two of Wands here clarify bottom of the deck with the Knight of Wands. Like I was saying, the Knight of Wands reverse would indicate that you're not taking any initiative. The King of Wands is someone who is the initiator. He's very generous, but he is a man of solutions. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to sit and soak and figure out and, you know what I'm saying, kind of just twiddle his hands and look around. Like, this is, the King of Wands is someone who is very bold, very abrasive. As you can see in the card, he's very, like, in your face. Like, you know what I'm saying? The lion is behind him. He's very much directly in front of you. Like, so it's very much giving initiative. Making sure this month that whatever you want to do, whatever your endeavors are, whatever your projects are, that you're taking the initiative to do them, and making sure that you're doing them with pride. Okay, for some of you, if I'm counting up Two of Wands with the King of Wands reversed here. Oh, why is my mic so far away? I don't know. My laptop dying really discombobulated me. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, Two of Wands here with the King of Wands, if I'm counting up in my cards, gives me Three of Wands energy. So Three of Wands for me is about the next level. It's about progress. It's about momentum. It's about, you know, really seeing things kind of take off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how sometimes when you start something, you know, you might be a little antsy, whatever, you know, nervous, but then, you know, the more you do it, the more you kind of get a rhythm. The more you get a rhythm, the more you build the momentum for it, and the more you build the momentum for it, the more you can kind of build upon that momentum to see the progress you want. For some of you, you might be worried about not seeing progress. For some of you, you might worry about not having the momentum. Maybe for some of you, it's like, oh, girl, I be wanting to cook and get content, you know, to be a content creator, but I just don't be having the momentum to cook. Okay, sometimes you're just going to have to, like, do the thing. You know, sometimes you're not going to have the momentum, and that's normal, right? You get off your 9 to 5, maybe you have kids, maybe you don't, maybe you have pets, maybe you don't, maybe you have homework, maybe you don't. And then by the time you get around to doing what you want to do, you might feel like, oh, I really just don't have the momentum. Or maybe you have the momentum and you're like, but what if I do this and I don't see any progress? So I don't really want to do this because I'm nervous about expending so much energy and not seeing the progress, not having the, you know, movement that I would like to see behind these projects. And it's like, you worried about the wrong thing. Right? Something has to go for something to start. The more you sit out here and watch them play outside and not clean your room and not do your homework, the longer it's going to take you to get done so you can go outside. You might miss the whole day altogether, and then before you know it, by the time you get done, your friends are in the house, the sun is down, the street lights is on, you'll try to have to go outside tomorrow. Right? So when it comes to our final messages for what you should be knowing or what you need to be mindful of in August is making sure that you're not sitting in this, wow, I want to go outside and play with my friends mentality syndrome. Right? If that analogy or example makes sense to you. If you want to do something, do it. Don't twiddle your thumbs. Don't wait on somebody else to give you permission. You don't need anyone else's permission. You don't need anyone else's advice. You don't need anyone else's expertise. You need to simply just get up and do the thing. What's this phrase? There's a phrase coming to me. Don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness is the phrase that's coming to me. So that's also, like, you know, something you need to be in during August. Fuck who don't like it. Fuck who feel away. Don't ask for permission to do the thing. Don't wait around for permission to do it. Go ahead and do it and get it done. Right? So that's just where I'll leave you at. Let's jump into our money messages for August. What do we need to know financially? What are our money mantras, money messages? Purposeful career. This is the Purposeful Career deck, the Money Oracle deck. I bought this deck out of shits and giggles, honestly, off of Amazon, but I really like it. I really like it a lot, actually. I need to buy some more cards. It's been a minute since I bought some cards. Okay, so Purposeful Career. Give me some money and career messages for our collective for August. Let's do 4 cards. I am really hungry again. Jesus Christ. But I guess that makes sense. Because, child, I've been eating I'm talking about. I'm low-key. I was salty, too, because I hit My granny was telling me she had some leftover food. She was like, me and your granddaddy not gonna eat all this food. So if you want to pack up a plate or a couple of plates, you can. Girl, I'm so mad I didn't get to pack up a plate. I woke up this morning, I saw my phone said 7:15, and I just knew. I started calculating hours. I was like, okay, I need to go ahead and get up so I can hit the road. I ain't even had time to even try to pack nothing and get nothing extra because I just didn't want to get into Atlanta traffic coming back into Atlanta. So I just knew I really, 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 like, the main thing that was on my mind this morning was packing up, gassing up the whip, getting me some food, and hitting the road so I can make sure I'm not, and I repeat, not in this traffic. But girl, I'm talking about, ooh, I done definitely picked up a good little appetite again. And I'm hungry. I ate before I started this. I'm hungry again. Okay. Money messages and career messages. We do have talent as the first card out, right? So I feel like that kind of piggybacks off of what I just said, right? Some of you have something you want to do. There's a project, there's an endeavor, there is a something that has struck your passion, that has lit a fire inside of you, and that you want to do, but it's like you kind of just waiting around, right? For some of you, again, this might include traveling, right? For some of you, you might need to travel. You might need to kind of go out to a couple of places, and you feeling like, oh, I'm just not going to do that right now. For others of you, again, this is less about travel and it's more about getting outside your comfort zone. This card in my deck too is about getting outside your comfort zone, right? Again, it's one thing for you to look outside at your friends that you just got off the school bus with and everybody playing outside, and it's another thing for you to sit there and watch them, right? It's one thing for you to like get up and make sure you're doing what you need to do. Oh, my mom said all I got to do is do my homework, clean up my room. Oh, it's 3:20. Let me go ahead and get this room clean it right? We ain't putting nothing up under the bed. We ain't cutting no corners. You're going to get this room clean. We're going to have it spotless. We're going to get this homework done. And honestly, after that, just go outside, right? When your mama come back in your room, she going to see what it is. The homework is on the bed. Done. Completed. The room is clean. There's no clothes up under this bed. Everything is hung up. And I even swept and mopped in this hole. I'm outside with the gang, right? So it kind of feel like, again, for some of you, you have talent. Like I said, do not ask for permission. This is a time to ask for forgiveness. This card says you have an exceptional talent in art that needs to be discovered or expanded. It's time to make a fortune in your creativity. Like I said, yeah. So for a lot of you, it's time. It's go time. It's go time. Don't ask for permission. Just ask for forgiveness. Go ahead and do the thing. Start the business. If you're worried about momentum and you feel like, oh, I just kind of don't feel like it though, think about Beyonce. You know, when I get in moments like this, get in my bag real quick. When I get in moments like this, I think about Beyonce. And sometimes it's to a detriment. I be having to remind myself, okay, bitch, but you're not Beyonce. But in moments like, you know, when I'm tired or when maybe I don't have the momentum, I don't feel like doing something today, I think about Beyonce and how this bitch used to practice in heels. And how many times out of all of those hours, long, strenuous moments, did she say, I didn't really have the momentum to do that, but I know I need to do this anyway. I really don't feel like going to practice. I really don't feel like doing all of this and all of that. I really want to be at home with my babies. I really just want to, exist and just live in my wealth. Bitch, I'm Beyonce. I do not have to do all of this jump, this, that, the third. And it's just like, how many times I wonder if she, again, didn't feel like doing it, but did it anyway because it made her who she is. And that if she didn't do it, she wouldn't be exactly the woman that she was today. And sometimes I have to remind myself, bitch, you're not Beyonce. You're not a robot. You're not AI. Lay down. Take a nap. Rest yourself and do it again tomorrow. But for a lot of you, again, if you're worried about momentum, sometimes you just got to do it anyway. I know it's hard to record the content. I know you don't feel like cooking because you just got off work. You've been on your feet for 12 hours. But if you don't get the content done and recorded, who going to do it? How many times you going to keep telling yourself, I do it tomorrow? I do it tomorrow. I do it tomorrow. I do it tonight. No, do it now. Stop waiting. Stop procrastinating. Stop sitting around and acting like, oh, I'm going to do it in a moment. No, do it now. Get it. Go ahead and knock it out of the way. You don't got to worry about it later if you go ahead and do it now, even when you don't have the momentum. For some of you this month, you'll be worried about progress. And it's like, well, I have the momentum. I got the money to do it. I got the drive to do it. I want to do it. I'm passionate about it. Right? But what if there's no momentum? What if there is no progress? What if things don't pick up? What if I don't get discovered? Right? The card says you have a talent that needs to be discovered because I want to say or expanded. And for some of you, you might say, well, damn, what if I don't get discovered? What if it doesn't expand for me? What if I do all of this and put all of this money and all of this energy and all of this effort and there's no progress behind it? The needle don't move is what I'm hearing. Like for some of you, you feel like you're gonna put all this effort and energy into it for the needle not to move, and that's not the case. It's all in your head. Tell yourself no against negative self-talk, right? Making sure that you're sitting with these triggers and these insecurities in your shadow side self. Phone a friend if you need to. You have damage as the next card out. It says there might be a financial loss that you didn't see coming. You need to be prepared and have a contingency plan. This is not a time to take risks. So when it comes to what you need to know in the month of August, you need to be budgeting and you need to be saving for a rainy day fund. I cannot tell you how beneficial it is truly to have a rainy day fund. I think it was like earlier this month when retrograde really first popped off. And child, I don't know, in my spirit, the following week I felt like, okay, rent's paid. I have everything done that I need to get done. I don't have to worry about getting my hair done. Like, I just want to save this money. Child, ended up having a flat. I'm 5 minutes away from work. I'm like really right around the corner. And I was so sick about having to kick out any money for a new tire. But I also was so joyous and I couldn't do nothing but thank God that I actually saved up that money, listened to my first mind to like just not touch this money. Because it didn't break my pocket. For one, I had it to spare. Two, it didn't break my pockets. I was still a little salty about having to spend that. Just because I didn't want to spend that. But it didn't hurt me. I thank God that I had the money to do it and then still had the money to proceed and go do other shit. So for some of you this month, this is not a time to be frivolously spending. You need to be very wise. You need to be very calculated. And you need to be thinking about what you're doing with your money. This is not a time to be taking any big risks financially. Just in case if you need to save up for something. Communicate is here. So the next card you have, it says sharing your voice to speak your truth will show your authenticity and your expressing. You have a talent in the communication field. For some of you, this is about talents in the communication field. Maybe you write, maybe you do music, maybe you want to do a podcast, maybe you want to write a book or something. There's something about talent in speaking your truth and getting creative with it. Okay, so again, like I said, this could be a podcast. Maybe you like to sing, maybe you like to do music, maybe you want to act, maybe you like doing poetry, maybe you just want to be a YouTube content creator and you have some really authentic stuff to talk about. You know, me and my sister kind of talk about that a lot. I was telling her like a good angle for you to have for your podcast, because her vlog, because she wants to start vlogging, my little sister, and I'd be telling her like I think a good angle to come in at is starting with being authentic about not really knowing where you want to go with your life. My sister's 20. She just turned 20. You know, she's very open with me and comfortable with talking to me about, you know, I don't really know who I am and I'm still trying to figure that out, and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do and what I like and what I don't like, as opposed to doing what other people tell me I should do. I don't want to be who other people feel like I should be or do what other people say I should do. I want to do something that I know is authentic to me. And, you know, that's something I'll be sharing with her, where it's like, you know, that's an angle. You're not the only 20-year-old in the world. It's plenty of us been 20 before 21. Shit, I feel like I just turned 27. Bitch, I'm just now, as of the past year, really coming into who I am, what I want to do, and how I want to do it. So that's a perfect, like, niche and lane for other 20-year-olds to say, wow, I relate to this, right? Maybe you have something else. So whatever you might want to do, because for most of you, it's given. You already know what you want to do with this. You just haven't done it yet. But maybe there's some of you who still don't know. Maybe you still kind of sitting around watching everybody else because you're like, well, bitch, I don't know. Bitch, I'm 20. I'm still trying to figure it out. Girl, I'm 27 too. I'm still trying to figure it out. Right? Me and your sister in the same boat, girl. It says person watching, right? But there's something with speaking your truth. There's something with your truth. There's something with being authentic. And the way you will go about that is the talent, the creativity of it all. Okay, so put that in your mind. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and to use your voice. Don't be afraid to be authentic and let other people know that, hey, this is who I am. I'm authentically me. You like it or you love it or you don't. Either way, I'm not losing any sleep. Right? So making sure that you're putting yourself out there, making sure that you're allowing your creativity and your communications to come together. Make sure you're being creative in how you're going about speaking your truth. Okay, so you have, I think it's interesting, you have two cards of talent and communication here, and then you have two cards of like financial loss. So again, making sure that you're saving up for some rainy days, okay? The last card we have here says calculation. Taking responsibility for your mistakes is a good sign to start all over again. Learn from the lessons and use them for better judgment, okay? So for some of you, again, it's kind of looking like if you might mismanage your money this month, I would advise you to be a little careful. Okay, really ask yourself, do I need to buy this? Is it mandatory that I spend my money on this? And if it's not, then what else can I be spending my money on? You know what I'm saying? Can I put this money back for a rainy day fund? Do you have a savings open? Do you have a checkings account? Do you have a bank account? You know what I'm saying? Do you have a third party account that maybe don't work? So maybe you got a third party offshore account. You can kind of put it over there and make sure you don't touch it. Make sure them subscriptions don't get up in there, because sometimes you have good intentions for saving your money. Then them subscriptions, Netflix, Hulu, Apple, get to snatching they funds. Thank you. Know how they do. And then before you know it, it's like, damn, well, I was trying to save. Right? So making sure that you're thinking about that. If you do mismanage your money this month, keep your composure. Bottom of the deck card, you have composure. Keep your composure. All is going to be fine. Okay? Maybe you mismanage your money in August. Cool. You won't be the only one to do it. Shit, I might even because I'm not perfect at it. I'm still learning how to budget and save properly, like a big girl. Okay, sometimes my money get to burning a hole in my pocket. But if you do kind of maybe mismanage your money, maybe you do take a lot of financial risks and it come back to bite you. Maybe you do end up needing that rainy day fund and something happen, freak accident, tire, God forbid, right? And maybe you need them extra couple of dollars. Don't beat yourself up. Keep your composure this month when it comes to your finances. Keep your composure this month when it comes to everything that you're doing. This even makes me feel like meditation could actually even help you stay focused and maybe can help you get a little bit outside your comfort zone. Let's read what this says. Your calmness is necessary in this situation. So this is the overall energy for the month when it comes to your finances and your career. Clock that T. Your calmness is necessary in this situation. Things might be beyond your control. What did I just say? Things might be beyond your control, but you have control over yourself. Relax, rejuvenate, renew. So yeah, this makes me feel like, again, focus on what you can control. Don't pay no attention to what you can't control. Don't sit and try to worry yourself. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your talents and career, okay, and communication, don't worry about what you can't control. That's out of your, well, what about the momentum? And what about the progress? And what if people don't, and what if things don't happen for me? That's completely out your control. But what you can control is staying consistent, staying disciplined, and putting yourself out there in order to really make sure that whatever talent, whatever voice, whatever truth, I don't give a damn if you're doing music, spoken word, you're starting a YouTube podcast, or you trying to get on a news channel. I don't give a damn what it was. Stay consistent, keep putting yourself out there until you get discovered. Say no against these negative self-talk voices. Meditation will help you stay calm if you start to feel like, okay, bitch, I'm nervous, I'm anxious. Like, I want to post this, but as soon as I press in, I feel like I'm about to choke or something. Like, breathe. Because I know I can do that too sometimes when I get to posting like music and stuff. I feel like I'm having a panic attack before I even press in. It's like, relax. But when it comes down to your finances, also making sure that you also keep your composure. Like I said, with me, the tire, I really couldn't stand it. I think the biggest issue for me with that was that it was outside my control and there was nothing I could do besides sit and wait for AAA to bring me this new tire. I don't know how to change the spare, bitch. Didn't know it was a spare in the trunk until the man told me. Do you hear me? But I had to just keep my composure. I was not happy about having to spend damn near $200 on that tire. But what I could control was my negative self-talk. What I could control was my own negativity, my own insecurities, my own upset about it. And reminding myself, well, you know what? In the midst of this, I'm still so blessed. Yeah, this might be outside of my control. Yeah, you right. This was not on my morning bingo card. I did not want to be sitting, eating my breakfast on the side of the motherfucking highway in 82-degree heat. But I had the money to be able to afford to do it. I have the means and the resources to be able to call. I have my phone. My car has AC. Right? So again, you focus on what you can control. Woo-saw through what you can't. and everything is going to be fine. Thank you so much if you've gotten this far and watching my channel. I really do appreciate it. My name is B. Again, just in case if you forgot from the beginning of this, like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments. I'm definitely trying to grow our lovely family over here. Peace, love, and blessings to you. Leave me some comments if this resonated. I am open for personal readings. Check down below in the description box if you need to find anything about me or want to book a personal reading with me. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you over on the next video. Bye.